welcome back to my channel. So today I am bringing you a DIY crafting video. I have decorated the tree behind me, it's just very small, in my bedroom, with various handmade decorations, a pom-pom garland and some clay decorations and a star on the top. Um, I'll show some footage of it once it's like lit and it's a bit dark, it looks a bit more effective um, later on. But and then I will also show you how I made some of the decorations should you wish to make some yourself. It's very simple to do, very cheap, doesn't cost very much whatsoever, and just shows you that you can decorate for Christmas with a small budget. It doesn't have to cost a lot to make a classy, really like timeless Christmas tree. Anyway, without further ado, I will insert the clip. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please consider giving it a cheeky thumbs up. Hit the sub button if you would like to subscribe so you don't lose me on here and find me again in the future. Okay, well, thank you. Bye. Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I am bringing you a DIY crafting video. I have decorated the tree behind me, it's just very small, in my bedroom, with various handmade decorations, a pom-pom garland and some clay decorations and a star on the top. I'll show some footage of it once it's like lit and it's a bit dark, it looks a bit more effective later on. And then I will also show you how I made some of the decorations should you wish to make some yourself. It's very simple to do, very cheap, doesn't cost very much whatsoever, and just shows you that you can decorate for Christmas with a small budget. It doesn't have to cost a lot to make a classy, really like timeless Christmas tree. Anyway, without further ado, I will insert the clip. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please consider giving it a cheeky thumbs up. Hit the sub button if you would like to subscribe so you don't lose me on here and find me again in the future. Okay, well, thank you. Bye. So here's my Christmas tree so far. This Christmas tree is only a very small one, as you can see. I think I got it from Wilkinson's. It's literally like in, I think, 3 parts, so it's very easy to pop up. It's just got some warm white lights on there at the moment and a lot of little clay decorations, which I'm going to show you in the video. So there's like little Christmas tree ones, Christmas tree snowflake ones. What else do we have? Just plain stars, heart kisses and hugs. Do we have any other? A star snowflake one, and this garland which is wrapped around the tree, if you can see, I made with some jute string, white pom-poms and popped little bells on, and I think it's quite effective. We've got a heart one there with holly leaves on. What else? I think they were largely the same. A Christmas tree with like part of a tree on, the star with, let's see, what's that, a snowflake, Christmas tree. So yeah, you can make them to your own style. I've got a few more to pop on, but this is what I've put on so far, and it's quite simple but effective. Oh, and the star at the top was like a rattan pine coloured wood star that I picked up in the works, and I don't know if you can see, I've painted it in like a chalky white paint and popped like iridescent glitter all over it. And I think that looks quite nice and it's quite effective. It's simple, but I like it. Classic. But yep, there you go. And yeah, it'll just look classy and effective and just to your taste. You don't have to spend the earth to get that. You can. Hello again. So the pom-pom garland, you will have seen me make pom-poms if you're a regular viewer in a previous video, how I've kind of put them all around the house and used them in various decor and like cushions and garlands and stuff. So, but people have various ways of making pom-poms, you know, with little pom-pom makers, or wool them around a fork, or a bit of card, but it's quite self-explanatory. I just got some jute string, very much like this, tied on some little bells, and my pom-poms various ways along the garland, and yeah, just went to town, made it as long as I wanted so it would wrap all the way around the tree. But you can style it however you want, but apart from that, I have mostly covered my tree, as you will see, or will have seen rather, in clay decorations. Now, there's a couple that I have made here that I am actually going to decorate in a moment with you. I don't know if you can see. So these are stars. You can see once it focuses. Let's see. There is a little like feather, if you can see, feather outline on each star. It's one. Probably not the best showing of them, perhaps they'll come a bit closer. A feather. It will stand out a little bit more once I've decorated it, but these are for a friend who sadly lost her mum, and she likes to decorate her Christmas tree and pop on like little memorial pieces to her mum. So I thought she might like these. So those are there. So I made my clay decorations using this, which is just Wilko's Let's Create Air Dry Clay. How much is in here? A kilogram. I actually can't remember how much I paid for this. I bought it quite some time ago, but it's not expensive, and you can pick various versions of it up in other supply shops, other craft stores, relatively cheaply. But I mean, I think this is just like a kid's one, as you can see from like the detail on the packaging, but it works just as well. So what you're going to need is some clay. Just open it a little. I've resealed it. Forward. I'm feeling very festive today. I've been busy recently crafting, and I plan to do a lot of Christmas wrapping shortly. Well, at least you know if you put it away, it will stay closed. Right, there we go. So, literally, open it up, take out a little. You don't need a lot. Just a little bit either at a time as well, because obviously it's air dry, so you don't want to take out the whole thing and work with it all. But you just need a little. Right. Now, I would advise to do this at the table, or on a surface that you're not too worried about, because it can get a little bit messy. So I just pull some off like so. You can be more precise about it and just like slice a chunk of it off. So just make sure when you're putting it away that you reseal the bag so it doesn't dry. Up. Oh, drops the bag. Always dropping things. Right, so I began to make mine with just like moulding the clay a little in my hands, just to like get it warmed up and a bit more pliable. Right, and I used various like baking tools to make my decorations, but obviously you can use whatever you've got. You could just make a template out of some cards, do it freehand, I don't know, draw a template on a piece of paper and kind of like use score around it with a knife maybe, a butter knife or something. But I found like cookie cutters work really well, so I've used heart little circles, which I have an idea for today. a holly shape leaf, a gingerbread little man, and then I also have these which are for icing, or like like delicate fonding. It's like a little, I don't know if you can see, it's like a little stamp there, a holly leaf, which is good because it's got the like the vein stem of the leaf, which is quite effective on that. And then I've also used these, which are actually for cookies, and it came with this, which it did have a handle but I've lost it. You just pop it into the stamp to make it like stamp really well into your cookies. So there's hugs, XOXO, hugs and kisses. This, let's see, this Christmas tree one. There's like little, little bubbles or lights on there. This, which says homemade, with little stars on there, and this is my favourite, this snowflake, which I've actually used a lot in my clay decorations already, and this is covered in glitter. Is the feather one I used to put across these stars for my friend. You can see, ignore my the clay all over my hands there. The camera's not going to focus. Anyway, you'll see it once I decorate it. So yeah, you can just kind of go to town, but I just want to show you that you can also use the clay to make decorations and like little gifts or present toppers. So roll it out on a flat surface. I am using this rolling pin. It's not a wooden one, plastic, but it's good because it doesn't leave any like indentations or anything in your clay. Right, so I'm going to use a tiny little circle cutter for this one, just to get a perfect little circle. Right now, where did I put the one I wanted to use? Where is it? I'm actually going to put some of the snowflake across it, but also I'm going to use these little stamps. Now I got these also are intended for cookies and obviously not for clay, but I don't see why you can't use them. Tiny little, if you can see, like little letter stamps, alphabet, numbers. I think there's punctuation marks in there, so I'm just going to pop like my sister's name on there. Hopefully it will work out well. Let's see, and hopefully I can get them in a nice neat line. Let's see. Just go over the A again. Press very hard on that one. And the C. And that's a whole name obviously because it's very small, right? And then I like to go around the edges with this tool. I actually do not know what this is called, but I believe it's used for like icing again, cakes and baking, to kind of like get smooth edges around your cake. Just works really well to kind of like smooth out the edges there, which can get like all like fluffy, if you can see, when you use a cutter. Right, so now if you're going to use it for a decoration or like a present topper, perhaps. Where did I get one? A dowel. It's a good idea to have like a dowel or something to pop a hole in it at the top, or I don't know, a skewer or a cocktail stick, or you could use a paint stick, obviously, because you need the whole in there before it sets. So there we have. Oh, hold on, let me just adjust the circle. So there we have one. Ignore the clay all over my hand. This is very drying, but you can see there, there's a snowflake. Very briefly, and a C and A and T for cat. And I think that looks so cute, like on top of a present with a bow. Pop through the hole. So there's one. I am also going to show you. There's my star cutter there. Another idea I had, which I've not actually tried this yet, so I'm hoping that it will stick, and maybe I'll show it at the start of another video, just to show how it turned out. Anyway, roll out another piece of dough, and obviously choose dough, clay. Look, I'm in baking mode with my baking supplies. Roll out a piece of your clay, not dough. Take your cutter. I have chosen a tree in this case. Press it firmly down. Right, and now, fun part. I have got these little sequins, well, not sequins, confetti, silver, glitter, and like matte and sparkly ones. I picked these up in a home bargains quite some, I think it was in the summer. I had the intention to use them at this time of the year. So here we go. Right, what I'm going to do is sprinkle some on top of the tree. So if you've noticed on the tree, the ones that I've made already, I didn't actually paint. Obviously you could paint them whatever colour you like your tree, but I kind of really like just the, as you can see, silvers, whites, green, like neutral sort of colours. Right, so I have just taken a few of these and sprinkled them on top of the little tree that I've made, if you can see. And my intention now is to take the rolling pin and kind of roll them into the tree a little to make them stick. Carefully, ever so carefully peel it up and then like pat down the sides. You'll see if you make any that the sides tend to get quite like fluffy. I don't know what the texture is in the clay when you cut it. It just gives it like smooth edges if you pat it down or use the little tool that I used before. This kind of like smooth out the edges. The space at the top, I might just pop another one. There we go. I mean, look how sparkly that will be on our tree. And so I also obviously need to pop the skewer in to make sure there's a hole for the tie. I've what have I used? I've used jute on mine to hang them up because I kind of like the rustic look, but you obviously can use ribbon or twine, cotton, whatever you've got really. But look how sparkly. I really like that. Let's set that over there to dry as well. Right, now my other idea, move these out of the way, for these ones that I've already made was, where did I put it? I've got this silver leaf, which I purchased on Amazon ages ago. I've used it for so many projects, it's very messy. And I've still got a whole bunch of it left. It wasn't pricey, but I know you can pick the likes up in Amazon, eBay, various craft stores. You don't need a lot of it, a little goes a long way. Right, where is my glue? There. And I like this glue, Mod Podge matte. So this is not shiny. So I'm just going to take a little paintbrush with a little bit of glue. I only want a tiny bit because I only really want to put the glue along the feather of the star rather than all over it, and pop a tiny bit of silver leaf, that's hard to say, along the feather. Let's see, so I think it might like pick up the feather a little better. As you can see, you actually don't need an awful lot. And I'm not going to cover the whole feather, just like part of it. A tiny, tiny bit more glue. I'm thinking that maybe I'll have to go over the little sequin confetti tree that I've just done with some glue afterwards, just to make sure it's stuck, but we'll see once the clay is dry. Right, now you can't actually see so much so well in this light, and you get the gist of, like, I've popped the silver leaf and the glue over the feather, but I will show you at a later date once it's dry. You get the idea. You could even use a glitter or just simply paint it. I think the silver leaf gives it a little touch of like elegance, makes it a little bit more special, which is also why I'm seeing as I'm giving this away. And it almost makes it look a little vintagey, which I also love. Look, can you see? Not focusing too well, but look at that. That will look so special on a tree. Right, so that's those. I think I might just make one more. Perhaps I'll do a gingerbread man and maybe another star. Roll out the clay again, and using my trusty rolling pin. Totally underestimated the size of the little gingerbread guy there. I need to add some more clay. Cut his little feet off a little bit. Never mind, that's okay. Next time I will need to use a little bit more clay. But you know what as well? It doesn't matter because nobody needs to know you can have. Hello, sorry, my battery once again got out. Very unorganised I am. Right, so here's my little gingerbread guy, and I have stamped it, if you can see, with like the XO stamp just a little across its body, and I'm going to pop a wee hole in its head for the string to go through. Not too enamoured with the gingerbread man mould, I must admit. Anyway, it's sweet enough, you get the gist. So, I hope you enjoyed this video and it's given you some inspiration to maybe make your own Christmas tree decorations, because I know they can be so expensive, and honestly you can make such a beautiful tree, a classic timeless tree, with your own decorations, and yeah, it'll just look classy and effective and just to your taste. You don't have to spend the earth to get that. You can